dude Sanji came in so clutch, yo, man. The way he came flying in like this. One Piece chapter 723, man. Let's just get into it, man. That dude Sanji. Oh man, I feel like that's Oda kind of playing with the whole Zoro and Sanji thing, right? Because I know you guys have told me for a very long time, like way back when I first started reviewing One Piece years ago, you guys kept telling me, well, some people think Sanji's the first mate, other people think it's Zoro. And in this chapter where you just have like the biggest Straw Hat fanboy and Bartle saying like, yeah, look at that. That's totally Zoro. His legend, it started when he killed 100 men on Whiskey Peak. And apparently he sliced and diced everyone at Annie's lobby. That is totally Luffy's right-hand man and the second in command of the Straw Hats. In a chapter where you have that going on, you got Sanji coming in, and this dude not only saves the rest of the crew, so he saves Nami, which that's going to happen because, Nami is Nami. He's got to save the goddess, right? And then he saves Chopper, he saves Momonosuke, and he saves Brook, right? And what's so funny about this is the fact that even Doflamingo's like finally a tough one. Because, my dude was about to go in there and Doflamingo was about to, go in dry, man. Like, I legit was feeling bad for Nami, man, because I was like, oh, that dude Doflamingo, man, he about to do her dirty, man. Like, by the time he get inside of her and start ripping her up, that's gonna be it, man. Like, she ain't gonna know what hit her. When my dude pulls out, that's gonna be all of it. Cause my dude got the little funny things with his fingers and everything. Like, that was gonna be a very, very bad scene. And my dude Sanji was like, look, when you start hearing my crew cry, look how he said my crew. See, Sanji on some G shit, man. He said, when you start hearing my crew cry, that's it. You stay the hell away. And just like the way the Clash is drawn, like, oh man, I would love to see that in color because it just feels like that would be a very vibrant scene. That was really, really good, man. I cannot stress that enough, man. So with that being said, let's kind of back up a little bit because there's quite a bit to kind of unpack in this chapter. So now we got my fanboy part out of the way. Gotta say, man, I do like the Bartle thing. And it's ironic I say, now I got my fanboy part out the way and I'm gonna start the actual analysis part of the chapter talking about the fanboy. Oh man, only One Piece could do this shit to me, man. I swear to God. So when you start looking at Bartle, the interesting thing about this dude is he's probably going to let Frankie and Zoro into the, not Frankie and Zoro, he's going to let Zoro and Kin'emon into the Gladiator Colosseum. And the reason I say that is, Kinemon's like, yeah, so how do we get in here? And Zoro's just like, okay, well, you want to avoid suspicion? Let's just cut that damn gate down. He's like, no! I want to avoid suspicion. Are you a freaking idiot? And the Zoro's like, okay. What do we do? And yeah, like little Jeopardy music playing like dun 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 dun. He's like, who is sliced down or what is sliced down the gate quietly? Oh my God, man. Zoro is a fucking idiot. Zoro's a fucking idiot. Like, I'm starting to think being around Luffy's made this dude stupid. Or maybe Mihawk just kind of knocked this dude in the head a few too many times during the training before, he got into New World. Because I don't remember Zoro being this stupid, pre-New World. Zoro did some pretty stupid shit, don't get me wrong. And don't even get me started on the fact that this dude, his sense of direction is just horrible. It's horrible. I think between him and Kenpachi, that's a very close contest. But, what's interesting about that is, again, Bartolomeo's watching. He's got tears in his eyes. I could totally see him open the thing up. The only thing that I'm a little worried about is Zoro's the type to be like, yep, oh shit, there's a fight going on. Oh, that guy's got a sword. Fuck that, tagging in. And you're like, wait a second, this isn't a wrestling match. You can't tag. Fuck that, tagging in. That's the type of shit I can see Zoro doing, man. Appearances be damned. But, moving on to the next part, probably the biggest thing, right? So I was off a little bit. Doflamingo was actually a celestial dragon. Now that's huge, man. That's huge. I can't stress that enough. That is huge. Because like with the celestial dragons, you know, like the way that everything's kind of put down in there, it's like the way they've been built up is you don't touch these guys. And you got Law going, you know, toe to toe with this dude. And I use toe to toe very lightly. Keep that in mind, very lightly. Because Law's getting raped right now. But that's interesting that former celestial dragon is now one of the 7 warlords. That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, you know, I'm very curious to learn more about the lore when it comes to Doflamingo and his family and the celestial dragons, because that is like, in order for you to do something like that, there has to be a good reason behind it. Like, there has to be a good reason behind it. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting. You know, how do they justify this? What's going to be the payoff? That's kind of what I want to know. And this is one of those things where I wanted to have Oda explore more. And I think Oda knew that he was teasing, because he has Doflamingo say, like, oh, Law, it'd be really fun to talk to you, dude, and have a few beers, have a drink, and talk to you about days before I met you, but today's not the day. It's like Oda knows he's got some good shit planned. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make you guys wait for it. It's kind of like, you know, he just put the tip in, and he didn't put it in all the way. He just let it marinate a little bit, get some juices around it, and then he just started sliding the tip in, inch or centimeter by centimeter, man. Like, okay, Oda goes at a slow ass pace, man. Like, this is good, man. This is good. And I like how, like, when Law all of a sudden, when you think the tables are completely turned on him, right? Law's like, fuck that. I'm gonna turn the tables back on you. He's like, yeah, look, you thought that was Caesar's heart? I never said that was Caesar's heart. And Doflamingo, this dude's a fucking savage. He takes the heart and he says, okay, fuck it. So we'll find out this is Caesar's heart. And he squeezes it. And all of the admiral's men, like Fujitora, all of the admiral's men, they just start, oh shit, save me. And the whole time this is going on, above all the screams and everything, you know, the admiral's like, oh, because Swar heard a lightning bolt. And that was kind of Law's cue. I think Law was just waiting for the right opportunity to even set that plan into motion, to have the whole reveal with the heart and how he activates the death chambers. I think that Law was waiting for a sign that Nami and them were coming, because he's like, oh, that's right, Nami can manipulate weather, and she can make lightning bolts. And I mean, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. It's very ironic too. You know, he's quote unquote relying on the useless member of the crew. And that's what I love about the Straw Hats, man. Like, you know, especially when it comes to Nami and Usopp, they might not be the most powerful fighters, but they still have their use, man. They still have their use. And I like how even Momonosuke is getting in a couple of shots, man. Like, Momonosuke is just, you know, knocking this bitch over the head with the sword stick or whatever. He's like, you brat, I can't believe it. And Brook, my dude Brook, like, he's like an eternal perp. He's an eternal perp. Like, my dude ain't got eyes, but he's seeing shit, man. Like, that shit always trips me out. But, you know, Brook is like, I have no desire to see her panties. He's like, yo, I don't want to see this bitch's panties. Cover that shit up, dude. Oh, man. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about, man. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. One Piece is just so fucking fun to read, man. It's just so fucking fun to read. You know, like, Oda takes all the classic gags, like the pervert, the useless character, the fan service, idiot main character. It takes all the gags you normally get, hot-blooded female heroine, and he makes it enjoyable. You know, it's shit that, you know, I've been reading Shonen for like 20 years now, right? I've been reading Shonen for most of my life. But at the same time, it's just like, I've seen this shit before. I can kind of predict some of the shit that Oda's going to do with the character interactions, but, you know, fuck it. It's enjoyable. You know, he's got his own little twist on it. Now, with that being said, though, I do kind of want to talk about Violet, because Violet's fucking broken. Like, when you got the other people, you know, in Doflamingo's crew, like with Baby Five and the guy that she's talking to, you know, they're talking about how you know, she should have known everything else. I mean, how the fuck was she gonna know all that? You know, I know Sanji's a super simp, but unless she sucks the soul out of this dude, like, he's not gonna give up all that information. And sure enough, we find out that this chick can actually see everything on the island and everything within 2,500 miles. Oh, that's broken. That's broken. You know, Sanji's like, I thought you were gonna run away with me at the port. And I'm like, dude, Sanji, hold on, back up a second. This bitch can see shit from 2,500 miles away. You can never cheat on this girl. And let me be clear, like, I don't advocate cheating, but let's be real here. Sanji is unfaithful as a motherfucker. Like, Sanji gonna fuck around and have like kids on every fucking island that we've been through. We're gonna find out this dude's just been cream pieing different women left and right. And the Straw Hat's been on a whole bunch of fucking islands, man. Like, Sanji probably got a fucking harem and shit going on. You know, but like, you know, keeping it real though, like that ability's fucking broken. I can understand why they're pissed off at her portrayal, because essentially you got knowledge of the terrain and you got constant surveillance. There's no fucking hiding. And so if she is helping out the Straw Hats, that is happening. And she's not trying to pull one over on them. You know, Luffy and them got a hell of an advantage, man. But, you know, I want to know what you guys think. Well, you know, what were your thoughts on the chapter? And, like, from a scale from 1 to 10, right? How impressed were you with Violet's ability? But, as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.